Hello everybody and welcome back to another part of What If Luffy Was Never Born. Today we are going to talk about Logue Town. But if you were thinking about this before this video even came out, you probably already know that without Luffy, the Logue Town arc wouldn't even happen. So I guess that's already the end of the video? No, not really. We can still talk about a few things that would change in Logue Town and in the future of One Piece if Luffy was not born. So now, let's get into it. This is already our 8th part of the What If Luffy Was Never Born what if scenario, so we're getting close to the first 2-digit number. Can't believe it's already been 8 weeks. Okay, so first of all, we have currently 9 deaths. Last week we were in the Arlong arc, with Arlong Park, Kokoyasu Village and everything with Nami. And we had one death there, one confirmed death, and that was the death of Genzo. But the other humans could also very likely die in the future. So maybe I'll make a what if scenario about what if what Lami that's not Lami from Hololive. What Nami would do for the scenario and how she would help everybody once she notices that Arlong doesn't actually keep up his words and would betray her if he doesn't need her anymore. So that's a good and interesting question. But for today, we're looking at the last arc of the East Blue Saga, the Logue Town arc. And let's get into it. First of all, I need to say that the canon version of the Logue Town arc, it's getting entirely erased. Nothing from this arc is actually taking place, at least as we know it, because Buggy and Alvida never came to Logue Town to capture and execute Luffy. Thus, because of that also means there won't be the thing with the thunder acting up, and we don't know if Dragon was the person who used that thunder thing for Luffy or if it was random, but that won't happen. And all of that also means that Bartolomeo won't get motivated to become a pirate. I don't know if he had his barrier fruit already at this point, or if he found it somewhere on his journey as a pirate. But if he doesn't have it, and he won't leave the city and island because of that, that just means that the barrier fruit won't be used. Somebody else could potentially get it. And let's get back to the Buggy and Alvida part. We, as of now, those two are not an alliance. I had a few ideas how they might still get together, which would be like Nami tries to get all the pirates from the East Blue together to build like a collective alliance to take care of Arlong. Maybe she says that to Buggy, because her treasure got stolen, she says something like, "Oh yo, Buggy, I only stole your treasure because that guy ordered me to do it, and I would never actually do that. Just help me and get it back, and I will help you in your future." And then Buggy will maybe just help, just for once. How Alvida will join all those things. Alvida is a known pirate in the area, so maybe Nami just goes there and is like, maybe this woman can help me with a few of Arlong's minions. Then Nami could also ask for Sanji's help or go to the Marines. But the only option how Alvida and Buggy will become an alliance is if Nami actually gets them together. And now we get to Smoker. Without Luffy, and let's say Luffy was the reason Smoker left Logue Town. He only left Logue Town because Luffy escaped from him, and he couldn't like keep it up to himself that a pirate escaped from the City of Peace, Logue Town, where he was stationed. So he left Logue Town to chase after Luffy. And this won't happen. He will stay in Logue Town for an indefinite amount of time, maybe forever, who knows. I mean, he will probably get promoted even if he doesn't chase Luffy, but it will take a lot longer. And it also automatically leads to a decrease in Smoker's and Tashigi's strength, and most likely also in their promotions. Dragon might still be in Logue. I mean, was he there only because Luffy was there? I'm almost 100% certain that's not the case. I don't want to say that Dragon doesn't care about his son because of the whole thing where he always, when he's at the revolutionary space, he always looked in the direction of the east, where the East Blue is. So he has to think about his family, or like Luffy. I don't want to talk about his wife because Oda always said his wife is not important, or Luffy's mother is not important for the story. So maybe he thinks about Luffy, or just thinks about his hometown. But is he there to save Luffy? I think that might just be a happy coincidence that he saw his son there. There should have been another like reason why he was in Logue or the East Blue in general. Maybe he just wanted to visit, and by accident, by coincidence, he saw his son, which also made him help there to not like get captured by the Marines. But now let's go to the consequences of this arc. There are a few, but not as much as probably in other arcs. So first, let's look at the deaths. Obviously, there won't be any deaths in this arc. Smoker doesn't have to capture Alvida, Buggy, or Luffy, or any other pirates. The Marines don't have to fight against any of the pirates we would have seen in the actual arc, and nothing happens. Nothing happens here. So no deaths here. Then, as I said before, the Bari no Mi doesn't get eaten by Bartolomeo. And Bartolomeo doesn't set out to become a pirate. I mean, he only set out to become a pirate after Luffy set out. Like 1 year later or 2 years later, I'm not sure. But that also in the far off future, like 2 years more in the future, means there will be one less fighter at the Colosseum in Dressrosa. That's already one thing considering the far off future for the time skip. And, well, Bartolomeo wasn't a weak fighter. He took care of Gladius, and who else did he take care of? I think it was mostly Gladius, but he also helped like Robin and Cavendish to get up to a certain place. He played a big role in Dressrosa. Like, from minor roles, he was a big role. Then another thing, Smoker the White Chaser, he won't become a person questioning the world government. And he was like always this stoic, if I use the word right, kind of person, where he's like, he does what he wants, he's nice to the people, but he despises pirates for some reason. I don't even know if we have an actual backstory to that. But that also means he might not ignore the orders from Marine higher-ups. Like, what he actually did in the story was leaving his base of operations. He left Logue only because he himself decided he wants to chase those pirates. That was never something the Marines ordered him to do. He just ignored them and did what he believed was right. If he still does that, Smoker is the kind of person who I think will still think about what he needs to do, and maybe someday leave out of Logue to get be active on the New World scene, or at least in the Paradise scene. But that's up to your imagination. I can't really say what he actually will going to do. I'm not Oda. But another thing we need to think about is Tashigi. Tashigi is not queen. To get this out of the boat, I'm not on the. I don't think Tashigi is queen. I just think it's a coincidence that they look alike. But Tashigi, I don't know if you want to consider her Zoro's rival from the Marines, because technically you could also consider, if we go with Kobe and Helmeppo, Kobe could be Luffy's rival and Helmeppo would be Zoro's rival, but there's also Tashigi for Zoro. And there are also, like, if we're looking at the admirals on the time skip, there's also Fujitora, and maybe Kizaru is more like Sanji, I think. But maybe it's Helmeppo and Tashigi together against Zoro one day, who knows. But Tashigi, she will not get defeated by Zoro, like, easily, and that's because of that, her drive to become stronger won't like increase even more. So she will be set in stone over there, not doing much, like being the sword nerd she is. She might checked out the sword store even without Zoro, so she will check out the sword store. And because of all that, she might one day find the Sandai Kitetsu and the Yubashiri. So because her goal is like to collect all of the named and great swords and what's the name for all of the great swords, great swords, supreme great swords, all those things, she wants to collect them. So getting the Sandai Kitetsu and the Yubashiri is actually up to her dream. So those two swords from the sword shop in Loguetown might just come into the possession of Tashigi. This won't technically increase her strength because she uses just one sword, but she will have a collection of different swords to maybe, if her sword gets broken, or if she just wants to switch it up, because different swords can be used for different situations maybe. But that's just about that for that. Overall, we need to consider the two most important characters from this arc are Tashigi and Smoker, because they play a big role for the Marines. And not only for the Marines, because they also question the world government a bit, because they work together with the Straw Hats on multiple scenarios in the future. So, will they keep their position with staying in the Marines and doing everything they want? Or will they consider joining up with someone else? Because they notice, through some circumstances, that the world government and the Marines are not actually the good guys, or like good guys in quotation marks, because good is always in the, like, depending on the person who sees it. And for now, I would say this is it. This has been Loguetown, and also the East Blue Saga. I hope you enjoyed this first part of the What If Luffy Was Never Born saga. And I hope to see each of you again next week. Have a great time.